Ended up getting a call from Baltimore because Gary Kubiak got fired from the Texans that year and went to Baltimore as the offensive coordinator, right? And he was there as the offensive coordinator, and he was like, man, I got a guy. And at that point, it took a while for them because they told me there was interest, told my agent there was interest, but they were waiting for Chris Johnson at the time because Chris Johnson was up from Tennessee. And Chris Johnson was trying
to... He went to AZ, didn't he?
No, he was at the Jets.
Yeah.
He was trying to choose if he was going to go to Baltimore or the Jets.
Okay.
And thankfully, he said he was going to go to the Jets. And when he made that decision, they brought me in because they had the Ray Rice thing that was going to be up in the air, and they didn't know what was going to happen. So they wanted a veteran in there in the running back room. And man, I got there. I was playing free.
Yeah,
I wasn't worried about mistakes like I normally was. I wasn't worried about how people looked at me or viewed me or trying to please people. Because that was what was killing me. I had allowed football to become an idol. Like my worth, my value, the way I felt during a given day was based on my performance on the football field, and that was a volatile space to be in as a young man. All right, trying to be a good father and a husband, and not take stuff home with me. So I was in a really good spot. And Ray Rice situation happened. He ends up getting suspended and let go of the team. And I was thrust into the limelight. And I ended up having the best season of my career. Midway through the season, I'm the top 5 rusher in the NFL, breaking records in the organization.
This is it, right?
On my way to a Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Pro Bowl.
That's 2014.
2014.
Yeah, we played y'all. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
in Baltimore.
Yeah,
I was in San Diego. I was with the Chargers.
You came in. Thursday.
Yeah, he balled out again. We won, man.
Boy, quit playing.
Yeah, he was cutting up. I remember watching him on film. That all they run outside zone. Stronger week. Lead outside zone, stronger week. One cut. He putting his foot in the ground and getting north and south.
What was the difference? Like running the zone in that year, just like what was clicking?
I will always tell people nothing about my work ethic changed. During that season. It was only opportunity. And it was the mindset.
And that old line.
Yeah, that old line definitely played that right. Marshall Yonder.
King said keep it thing.
Marshall Yonder, Zuta, Big Eugene Monroe, KO.
KO was a monster.
This when KO was young.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had it all came together right at the right time.
Man, Jacoby, R.I.P. Jacoby.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, just an amazing time, man. I don't know if you've ever experienced like a true like breakthrough moment in life where it's so overwhelming. It's like a movie.
Yeah.
Like I remember going through games and like that Panther game that was just showed. I remember on the sideline, it's like I had just scored a touchdown. And I'm looking around, I'm like, this happening? Like this is like I'm becoming emotional. I'm not a crier. I'm becoming emotional, almost breaking down into tears on the sideline because I'm thinking about every obstacle, every rejection, every naysayer along the way, and the people that tried to kill me in my career last year to get to this point where like, man, somebody believe in me. I got an organization that say, hey, man, we trust you. I got a running back coach that say, hey, man, Thomas Hammock, who really saved my career. Like, he didn't care about my size. Like, he didn't care that I was a shorter running back. I mean, even Ray Rice, we were the same size, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
So none of that mattered. I had a guy that was, if you got a really good position coach that's fighting for you, and he had to fight for me, because we also had Bernard Pierce at the time, who was a young, really, really good running back.
Wasn't Vontae Leach was
no, Kyle Juszczyk was the fullback.
That's right, Juice. That's right. Yeah, y'all had Juice. Yeah, y'all had Juice.
Yeah, Juice was there. So I'm just like in this surreal moment of just like every prayer that I had prayed for was coming at this one moment.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't change any of the bad.
Like, I mean, it's part of your story. Let me ask you, like, because during all this, you mentioned a few things. Because this is why I just want to know, just like your mindset. Number one, when you leave Indianapolis back to Seattle, I know you mentioned about your mother with her sickness and everything. I think you said you got married around that time period as well.
Yep.
Like, from the moves from Seattle to Houston to Jacksonville to, now obviously in Baltimore, how was it like just dealing with all that back home? And to your point, you said like not taking some of this stuff back to the crib. And like, I mean, how was you processing all that, dealing with like, a sick mother and like obviously, you got a family back home too. How was you dealing with all that?
I mean, after Houston, I had my first son. So now I got a baby to feed. And then in Baltimore that year, I just had my second son. So yeah, it's high stakes, right, for me. But I just like trust God too much to give up.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, I got to the point where it isn't like I didn't care, but I knew I was in God's hands. Like when you know you're in God's hands, it doesn't matter where you're placed, you're going to be successful.
All that.
Yeah. When you're in that place of surrender, I think that's what God was trying to get me to all along. And I realized that pattern over my life is like, when I let go, that's when things start happening. Like that's when the breakthroughs start happening. When I started to control and like stop counting the numbers on like waiting on the draft. I remember being on draft days, looking at the first round, just like praying, okay, they can take anybody here but a running back. like let's just like, I don't want that type of pressure because they know that it's a number game at that point. And I had just like, man, I'm not going to worry about what people think about me.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine said, if you live for people's acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. And I was dying from people's like rejection of me.
Yeah.
Right. And I was taking that, I was internalizing that as my self-worth at the end of the day. And God never intended that. This is a tool, a vehicle for me to be able to provide, be able to give honor and glory to him at the end of the day. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure that I had that in the right position. And it wasn't until I got in that right position, that right alignment with what my career and what my family and what that all meant to me, that things really started breaking for me. And I mean, running out of that year, 2014, that Pro Bowl out of that tunnel in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah.
Man, I get chills thinking about it right now because that was, I mean, I grew up. That was everything I ever wanted. I just wanted to be recognized as one of the best.
One of the best.
And to be in that locker room, to be in there with Andrew Lux and Jamal Charles and Tyron Smiths, and it's like have my family, like these little, we a country folk from Florida, 3,000 people, right? To be in the midst of like, these Pro Bowl players. I mean, it was like my parents are sitting down with the Bennett's, the Martellus Bennett's family.
Yeah.
And we talked because we played each other in the bowl game, and they're both from Texas too.
Okay.
And Martellus made it to the Pro Bowl that year, and it was just like, man, the wait was worth it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and it was a blessing, but it really fortified something in me. Like those years of me being behind really great athletes and being the kind of the Robin in the Batman story with the Marshawn Lynch, with the Edgerrin James, with the Maurice Jones-Drew, with the Arian Fosters, with all Joseph Adais, all these people. Like I always tell people, like, especially when the backup role and when you're waiting for your moment, you gotta perfect your role until your role becomes your dream.
Yeah.
Like you gotta perfect it. Just like whatever's given to you, show that you can handle that. And then be given to you. They can trust you with more. But if you're so frustrated and disappointed that things aren't happening your way, then you're not going to maximize your moment when it comes.
Not going to be
That's
ready.
A fact.
Yep. Not going to be ready for your moment.
So I got to the point where it's like I was collecting infinity stones from every athlete running back that I was with. From Edgerrin James, I learned how to take care of my body. From Marshawn Lynch, I learned joy of the game. From Arian Foster, I learned patience. From Maurice Jones-Drew, I learned how to train and compete at a high level. Everywhere I went, I was kind of collecting these like infinity stones for when I got my moment, I was going to be a monster. So the mindset was just like, man, Justin, just get better. Just sharpen your tools. Your time is going to come. And there was days when it hurted. It was disappointing. I was frustrated. I was crying, praying, trying to figure out what was going to happen. Because, again, people think that this is a game. This is a game that we play, but this is my livelihood. This is how I put food on the table.
It's my life.
Yeah. And for a coach or anybody to, play in your face or to dangle opportunities and pull it away from you is frustrating and disappointing at times. But also, I needed to be mentally, physically, spiritually in the right position in order to receive what was going to eventually happen to me. I think if I would have had the success early, I would have squandered it. I wouldn't have been ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely.